So these are actually some of like the important tools that fresh graduates should have or should portray. Proactiveness. You see, I remember when I wanted to leave my boss many years ago, when I wanted to resign at that point of time, she came and see me and said that, "Are you sure that you want to resign?" I said, "Yes, I've sent you the letter. That means I'm confident that I need to leave at that point of time." And then she said to me, the one thing that I like about you is you are proactive. Proactive means you know what you need to do. You don't need to all the time wait for instructions. All right, you are prepared when you come to the office. You know the kind of work that you are handling, for example. For me, I experienced it was quite easier because there's not a lot of people during my first year working at the first legal firm that I work. But it was pretty difficult when you have like little people there. The expectation will be so much higher. You'll be expected to do everything. Right, not just like as a lawyer there, you're expected to do even secretarial work, right? So I think it was hard, but you need to cope. I changed my mindset to like coping to like the environment there. So if you can change that mindset of like coping at the workplace, you would be able to actually be more proactive. You must ensure that you are prepared when your boss asks a question, when you enter into meetings, for example, when you go for presentation, when you talk to clients, when you talk even to your staffs or your superiors. So proactiveness means you are ready. All right, you are active in doing the work. So that is also an important tool for fresh graduate. Working environment is very different from pergi university. It's practically very something that's very different. So the mindset has to change. All right. So if you are in university, for example, you probably playful. But right now, when you go into the working environment, it has to change. Your mindset, your thinking, your discipline, your how you bring yourself is completely something new, and it has to actually portray your identity as well. It was not easy actually to find job because you have to go through interviews. If you're lucky, then the first interview and you already got the job. But to some people, they have to go through multiple of interviews, multiple of first and second interviews, going through like the hustle of trainings, etc. Even before you're confirmed to become like the employee there, for example. I think what I can see from a lot of like fresh graduates, especially, the preparedness is not there. They're not prepared. For example, they don't know who is like the partners in the firm. They don't know who is like the founder of the firm, for example. And most importantly, they don't even know what the firm is doing. So when you don't know all that, how are you even going to an interview? How can you walk in that room not knowing where you're going? It's like going to a house without knowing like who's the owner of the house. I've seen like a lot of interviewees who actually come, fresh graduates who actually come, who are not prepared at all. Just come for the sake of like, because kita dah hantar, we already send like our resume, and then you get called. Be prepared. That's the most important thing. Be prepared doesn't mean you just come pakai baju cantik, like wearing like good clothing, and then makeup and whatnot. Yes, that is your presentation. Number one. First impression is also very important. But I think being prepared is also for the sake of like when you go for the interview, you can answer the question calmly, you can answer the question confidently. By how do we do that? All right. So it's important you get to know like the company, right? Get to know like what's the vision and mission of the company. You don't have to be directly from like the website, for example. At least you know what's the background of the firm, the background of the company. Get to know who are the people there. What makes you aspired to like go for the interview there, for example. That's very important. As an interviewer, right? If I see fresh graduates who are showing their interest, their passion in my company, I would like, I'm not going to ask any other question. Probably I'll just take you because I can see your momentum, your perseverance in ensuring that you are capable to do work in a firm that you are interested in.